Today we're kicking off our series called commUNITY, and something stood out to me as I was preparing. God actually created something that wasn't good. No, for real. In Genesis chapter 1, we get a 30,000 view of creation. And God created the heavens and the earth and the sun, the moon, stars, plants, animals, and even man and woman. And he says this, that it was good, and it was good, and it was good, and it was good, and it was good. And it was very good. There was something about the man and woman that stood out from the rest. After God created them, he said that it was very good. So where do I get the fact that God created something that was not good? Let's zoom in a little deeper into the creation of man and woman in Genesis chapter 2. It breaks it down a little bit more. It says this in Genesis chapter 2, 7 through 8, 18, 21, and 22. Then the Lord God formed the man from the dust of the ground. He breathed the breath of life into the man's nostrils, and the man became a living person. Then the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he placed the man he had made. In verse 18, it says, Then the Lord God said, It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper who is just right for him. In verse 21, so the Lord God caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. While the man slept, the Lord God took out one of the man's ribs and closed up the opening. Then the Lord God made a woman from the rib, and he brought her to the man. Now notice that after God created everything that was good, but wait, we get to the moment in Genesis 2:18 where something was not good. It's not good. Why? For man to be alone. That's what God said. Because we were made in the likeness of God, and God speaks of himself as us. He said, let us make man in our image. God is 3 in 1 and has fellowship or commUNITY with himself. Because of that, because we're made in his image, man is also wired to have relationship or commUNITY. Now, Adam wasn't completely alone in the garden. He had God, of course. In verse 19, God also created animals for man, but he didn't have connection in his likeness. You see, he had no other human connection, and God looked at it and said, this is not good. You and I need connection. We need commUNITY. It's in our wiring, in our DNA, because we're created in God's likeness. And it's interesting that a recent poll found that half of all adults surveyed say that they experience loneliness at least one time a week. Carrie Nieuwhof puts it like this: the paradox of our age is that we've never been more connected as a culture, and yet we've never felt more alone. Think about it. We're always connected using our phones, our smart devices, our computers, but so many of us feel lonelier than ever before. I know that when I went from working on a big team to working at home, it was a huge struggle for me because you and I are made for interaction, connection, and commUNITY. Now, if we go back to Genesis 1, we see that it uses this verbiage, in the image of God, he created them. Notice how God's image really is made complete once there is a them. Once a human commUNITY has been formed. It's only when Adam and Eve come together to form the very first human commUNITY that God upgrades the statuses of creation from good, good, good to, oh, this is very good. See, God is a relational God. And because we have been made in his relational image, we're made for loving relationships. We're created for commUNITY with God and with each other. In fact, one of God's primary goals for humanity is to be a part of loving commUNITY, for the many to be as one. In fact, that's what Jesus prayed in John chapter 17, that they would be one like you and I are one. So as you finish watching this, take some time and think through, who is in my commUNITY? Who am I doing life with? Now, I'm not just talking about the people that you see every day, but I'm talking about the people who really know you and get you. The people you can share your secrets with, the people that have your back. Take some time and thank God for the goodness that those relationships bring to your life. It's not always perfect, but it's very good, as God said in Genesis chapter 1. Now, if you're struggling with loneliness today, let us know. We want to be a part of your commUNITY and connect with you digitally or in person. It's okay to feel lonely, but it's not good for you to be alone. We are with you, All you have to do is reach out. Now, just as a reminder, you are made for relationships and community. That's what Be the Church is all about. A people helping each other put their faith into action every day, everywhere they go. Hey, we hope this helps you today. We will see you next time.